My testimony is really simple. I wanted to go live on here, but I can't because I need 1,000 followers. I'm not familiar with social media. But a while ago, 2 years ago, God wanted me to share my testimony, as He does for every single person that He rescues from the pit. He wants me to share my testimony because it's His glory, it's His work in my life. Without Him, I wouldn't look fresh, I wouldn't look happy, I wouldn't be sober-minded, I wouldn't be even remotely doing what I'm doing right now. So He deserves all the glory. He deserves the boasting. And my testimony is true surrender. I was a Christian for a couple decades, in and out of the world, 1 foot in the world, 1 foot as a Christian, saying I knew God, but I didn't. And then I dabbled into darkness in my teenage years, and then I had 2 kids out of wedlock with men that I thought cared for me, and always thought and knew God was real, but never really got to know Him because I wasn't surrendered. I was surrendered to my flesh. I wanted what I wanted. I wanted what the enemy wanted. The enemy has plans for all of us, just like God has plans for us. And when we're broken, when we're hurting, and when we're lost, and when we really don't know Jesus and we're not surrendered, we're unknowingly bowing to the plans of the enemy. He's sneaky. That's why he brings in brokenness. That's why he brings in things to distract us from God. And that's how he lures us into his system. And he had me for a long time. And I was at a point in my life where I had nothing left. I was homeless with a 9-year-old kid. And we had a couple places to stay, empty apartments, for about 3 months. I slept on the floor. He got a bed, but it wasn't his. Everything in mine was in storage. And it was because of a fallen relationship that I was in, completely under demonic soul ties, which also happens to broken people. People welcome those things into their lives all the time, unknowingly, because they don't have a relationship with Jesus. And those things come in and cause even more hurt and more brokenness. Anyway, it caused me to be homeless. And I got on my knees on a porch at my ex's house and cried and begged God to help me. I am a homebody. I need a home. You know, I wasn't expecting what happened to us to happen. And it put me in a really dark place, and it put me in a place of desperation, and that's unfortunate. And a lot of people find the Lord that way, places of desperation, when it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to get that bad. And those who are dabbling into darkness and have relationships that, are toxic and, dabbling into this and dabbling into that and giving just a little bit of the foothold to the devil can really cause some serious repercussions people just don't realize. It took a long time for me to get homeless. I gave my heart to the wrong man, and I didn't even see it coming. And it took about 10 years almost for that relationship to get so toxic where I had to get out of there. God was like, nope, you're out. You have to get out of here. And we had no place to go. I surrendered. I said, Lord, I choose you. Just get me out of here. And it took 3 months, and then we finally came home where we are now. And we've been here for about 5 or 6 years. And in that time was the refining fire time. That's when he taught me about everything that I know now. And it took the true surrender. True surrender. Laying it all out. And a beautiful song came on when I was on my knees in true surrender. That first time I really surrendered to him, when we became homeless on that porch at my ex's house outside, bawling my eyes out. A song came on, and it was called New Wine. And the Lord had a plan for my life. And he had to get rid of the old wineskins, and I had to surrender those old wineskins to him. And it hurts. It hurt so bad. That was the worst pain. I can't even think of any other pain that was even remotely that spiritual pain, spiritual, emotional pain. But the outcome is so worth it. We have to shed our old wineskins. And then the crushing comes. And that time. In that dark time. And then he can put the new wineskins in. On us. And Luke 5 verse 36 says, no one tears a patch from a new garment and sews it on an old one. If he does, he will have torn the new garment, and the patch from the new will not match the old. 37. And no one pours new wine into old wineskins. If he does, new wine will burst the skins. The wine will run out, and the wineskins will be ruined. No, new wine must be poured into new wineskins. I had to get the new wineskins, and God did not have me. He did not have a plan for me with that man in my life. And I spent, 9.5 years with that guy. I loved him so much, but he did not want to change. He did not want God. And God was like, you want me, but you can't have him because he don't want me. And I tried so hard. To convince this man that God loved him and his way was better than the world's way, and he wouldn't listen. So that was part of the old wineskin. If you are in a toxic relationship like I was in, you have to surrender to Jesus. If you are dabbling in the world and you want freedom, if you're not happy, if you're depressed, you have anxiety, if you have lack in your life, you have to surrender to Jesus. It's not going to get perfect. Your life's not going to get perfect, but it's going to get better as he will be perfecting your life. He will be helping you shed the old wineskins. He will be crushing you, but it's a beautiful crushing. Because releasing the old ways is painful. It can be painful, but it is so worth it. I promise you, it is so worth the crushing. Let him shed the wineskins. Let him put the new wineskins on. Surrender. That's what it takes. True surrender. Without that, nothing can be done. Be blessed.